how Islam reached Russia and why more Russians are accepting it. What if I told you, Islam in Russia is not something new, but a legacy that goes back more than 1,000 years? What if the land you associate with churches, snow, and Soviet history also holds one of the oldest Muslim civilizations in Europe? And what if today, despite modern challenges, Islam is quietly growing, not just among traditional communities, but among ethnic Russians themselves? From ancient kings and trade routes, to hidden faith under oppression, to a powerful revival in modern times. This is the full story of how Islam reached Russia, and why more Russians are accepting it today. Deep context. Russia is the largest country in the world, stretching across 2 continents, Europe and Asia. Because of this unique position, it has always been a crossroads of civilizations, cultures, and religions. While many people associate Russia mainly with Orthodox Christianity, the reality is far more diverse. Islam is actually the second largest religion in Russia, with a history older than Christianity in some regions of the country. Today, millions of Muslims live across Russia, from historic communities to new converts, forming a dynamic and growing part of society. But to truly understand this, we must go back in time. Early contact, trade, not conquest. Unlike many regions where Islam spread through conquests, in Russia, the story begins with peaceful interaction. From the 7th to the 10th century, Muslim traders traveled through Central Asia and into Eastern Europe. These traders were not just merchants, they were also carriers of ideas, beliefs, and culture. Through honest trade, ethical behavior, strong moral values, they naturally attracted attention. Local populations saw something different, a way of life based on discipline, justice, and spirituality. This gradual exposure laid the foundation for Islam's acceptance. The turning point, Volga Bulgaria accepts Islam. One of the most important moments in Russian Islamic history came in 922 AD. The ruler of the Volga Bulgars officially embraced Islam, making it the state religion. This was not forced. It was a thoughtful decision influenced by political strategy, spiritual curiosity. By accepting Islam, the Volga Bulgars strengthened ties with the wider Muslim world, especially the Abbasid Caliphate. This connection brought knowledge, trade expansion, cultural development. Mosques were built, scholars emerged, Islamic traditions became deeply rooted. This region became one of the earliest centers of Islam in Eastern Europe, centuries before many other parts of the continent. The Golden Horde and Islamic influence. Another major chapter came with the rise of the Golden Horde, a powerful Mongol state that ruled over parts of Russia in the 13th and 14th centuries. Under leaders like Uzbek Khan, Islam became the dominant religion of the ruling class. This further strengthened Islam's presence across the region. During this time, Islamic law influenced governance. Trade flourished across Muslim territories. Cultural exchange expanded rapidly. Many local populations gradually embraced Islam during this period. Islam also spread into the North Caucasus, regions like Chechnya, Dagestan, and Ingushetia. Here, Islam became deeply integrated into local culture and identity. Sufi traditions in particular played a major role. These spiritual paths emphasized inner purification, strong community bonds, resistance against oppression. Islam in these regions was not just a religion, it became a way of life. Islam under the Russian Empire, struggle and survival. As the Russian Empire expanded from the 16th century onward, it brought many Muslim regions under its control. This period was complex. At times, the state tried to control religious institutions, limit Islamic education, promote assimilation. However, Islam did not disappear. Instead, Muslim communities adapted. They preserved their faith through family traditions, oral teachings, local scholars. In fact, in some periods, the Russian state even allowed limited religious autonomy to maintain stability. This delicate balance helped Islam survive. The Soviet era, faith under pressure. The Soviet Union introduced a completely different challenge. Religion of all kinds was discouraged, including Islam. Mosques were closed or destroyed. Religious leaders were silenced. Public expression of faith became dangerous. But something powerful happened. Islam went underground, but it did not die. People continued to pray secretly in homes, fast during Ramadan quietly, teach children basic beliefs. Faith became more personal, more hidden, but also more resilient. This period proved that belief cannot simply be erased by force. Post-1991 revival, a new era. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 changed everything. Suddenly, people had freedom again. And with that freedom came a religious revival. Across Russia, mosques were rebuilt, Islamic schools opened, religious books became available. Young generations who had grown up disconnected from religion began rediscovering their roots. This was not just a return to Islam, it was a rebirth. Why more Russians are accepting Islam today? Deep analysis. Now let's explore the deeper reasons behind modern conversions. 1. Spiritual search in a modern world. Many Russians today feel a spiritual emptiness. After decades of atheism during the Soviet era, a gap remained. Islam offers clear answers about life and purpose, a direct relationship with God, a balanced worldview. This clarity is deeply appealing. 2. Moral structure and discipline. In a fast-changing world, people often look for stability. Islam provides daily routines through prayer, self-control through fasting, responsibility through charity. This structured lifestyle gives meaning and direction. Strong identity and belonging. Islam gives people a clear identity. For converts, it often brings a sense of belonging, brotherhood and sisterhood, emotional support. This is especially important in societies where loneliness is increasing. 4. Influence of Muslim communities. Russia already has large Muslim populations. Interactions with Tatars, Chechens, Dagestanis expose many Russians to Islam in daily life. Through friendships and social contact, curiosity grows. 5. Internet and global access. Today, knowledge is just one click away. People can explore Islam through videos, lectures, translations of the Quran. This direct access removes barriers and allows independent learning. 6. Personal transformation stories. Many converts share powerful personal journeys. They talk about finding peace after chaos, overcoming addictions, discovering purpose. These real-life stories inspire others. Misconceptions and reality. Despite growth, Islam in Russia is often misunderstood. Some people associate it only with ethnic identity, politics, conflict. But the reality is different. For millions, Islam is about faith, morality, personal growth. Understanding this difference is key. The future, what lies ahead. Looking ahead, Islam in Russia is likely to continue growing, not just in numbers, but in influence. Young Muslims are becoming educated, professionally active, socially engaged. At the same time, more Russians are exploring Islam with open minds. The future may bring greater understanding, more dialogue, stronger communities, from ancient traders to powerful empires to hidden faith under Soviet rule. The journey of Islam in Russia is a story of resilience, patience, and truth. It survived pressure, it adapted to change, and today it continues to grow. Not by force, but by choice. Not by fear, but by faith. And as more people search for meaning in an uncertain world, this story is far from over. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe for more videos.